All right, awesome. I kind of hope I kind of hope this is Falcon Mewtwo because that's like it's unironically like one of those weirdly like volatile fun matchups to watch. Mewtwo is a glass cannon with like a ranged option, and Falcon can't quite like they're not gonna exist just to outbox Mewtwo and nothing else.
Yeah, mention it. He was behind it. Yeah, Mewtwo's big body is definitely going to be a problem, especially with hitboxes that Falcon has and the speed that he has to run around him. And it's a lot of Falcon's like particularly strong moves have very specific hitboxes, but due to how big Mewtwo's hitbox is, those can be very generous. That should not kill. No.
Yeah,
but
Falcon's a big heavy boy.
Yeah, I think he's the same weight as Min. Fun fact. So, oh, yep, classic.
I was gonna say, speaking of big hurt boxes, like a window that would normally be like really restrictive on a floaty, like ooh, never mind.
Yep. I did see this last week in VenomAZ. I don't know exactly what that was to get the cancel off the ledge, but that can be used to turn around and put himself in some very specific situations with fair. However, being put back off stage himself, getting off ledge against Falcon is something that is kind of underrated, but Falcon's recovery is definitely not the best.
By no means at all. That's one of the weird things. Like the second they go off stage, it becomes a coin flip for Falcon, because Mewtwo has those big active aerials that'll reverse him at any moment, like that.
Right over. That there is such a cool animation, though. Like he just energy blast the ground or the air in that case, but jeez, yeah.
I want to talk about how fake that move is, by the way, because like, where is the sweet spot?
It does not match the animation at all. But we are gonna see the Ken come out, which, if I'm correct, is CesarSalad's main.
All right. No, this is definitely like things get a bit weird because Mewtwo, I would say, definitely relies a little bit more on his aerial presence to get the job done outside of those down tilts. And Ken can be very, very scary when he's on the ground and you're in the air, just because Ken anti-airs can murder.
Yeah. And the problem is, even with like all his anti-airs and stuff, he has so many moves. Great read on the air dodge there. He did that in the last game with Falcon too. We saw that's how he actually got reversed. He tried to go low to cover an air dodge, but this time VenomAZ falling for the bait.
Absolutely. We've seen it a little bit come into play here. Mewtwo is great. Like Mewtwo is not incapable. Oh my god! Just as I was saying, like talking about Mewtwo's defense, a big explosive combo coming out from CesarSalad. That was rough.
Yeah, and he's still building. He hasn't even close to max rage. He's building up a lot of rage right now, which I feel like out of all the characters in the game, that's the most important for the Shadows.
Oh, especially. Dude, have you ever been hit by a Rage True Shoryu against Ken? But
sadly, yeah. But that is one thing that the Shadows can definitely suffer with. As we saw there, if you are too far out, the Shadows do not have the best recovery from low and down.
And we're kind of back. I'm noticing like CesarSalad, not Caesar, Venom is kind of weaving in and out, going to the sides of the stage, throwing out a shadow ball just before finding the right angle to approach at. It feels like there's only like a couple different angles that Mewtwo can come safely at Ken with, you know?
Great Shoryuken there. Being able to catch VenomAZ trying to pressure on that platform. That's just, the explosivity from Ken is just insane.
I was gonna say, talk about safe angles to approach. That was not one of them.
Definitely not. But we're gonna see the run back to the same stage, and I don't disagree with this, because the main problem though is that VenomAZ got caught at the air in that second stock, which normally wouldn't be that much of a problem. You know, Town has such a high ceiling, but if you're getting caught in the air with that, that's where the mistake is. So I guess, you know, he thinks it's more of a I have to play better rather than a stage problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I do know that Town definitely does serve Mewtwo pretty well, just based off of like the sort of forward air chains or any sort of horizontal kills you can get with some of your other kill moves. But And the space allows him to kind of move in and out with Shadow Ball. But right now, we've mostly just seen good traditional boxings.
Yeah. I do like this. It's just general movement of both these players. They both seem really confident in what they want to do. So it's just mostly when is the first player make a mistake, and we see that nair in the back air right there.
Absolutely. I was talking about this like a little bit earlier. Those combos that wouldn't be true on most floaty lightweights, they become super true on Mewtwo just because of how big he is.
Yeah, but taking the stock right back, so not a huge deficit. Although this damage racking up could lead to something. Just gonna get a side B off him. And right now, just gonna see one thing more of this neutral game. Both these players being able to build up damage. And
right, both of them just kind of poking at each other real quick for a sec.
Yeah, I love this corner pressure from CesarSalad. Although gonna get hit out of it once and resetting back to neutral.
Ooh, good chain, but not quite gonna get the drag down. I knew that setup's a little bit finicky just because of how the opponent drifts.
Yeah. Great strategy there, right? Being able to mix up how he got back off that ledge.
I gotta say, even though Mewtwo does, ooh, good scoop with the down tilt to up air. But yeah, I was just gonna say, having even though Mewtwo struggles at ledge, as we're gonna see there, having the opportunity to drop down and then rise with confusion or fair is a really strong mix-up.
Yeah, getting the spike though, unfortunately, that's definitely the strongest spike in the. Is this the stock? No,
not quite
on the ground. This is still very dangerous. This is not at all a committable option for CesarSalad to take. This stock, and we see the backer at the ledge, going to take it.
Absolutely. Just a really strong showing from CesarSalad. Man,
I believe we're still in best of 3 territory, right?
See, well, we are in top 8 if I'm not mistaken, so...
Looks like we are in best... Looks like this is best of 5. Okay.
Alright, so another opportunity at life here is going to be, we're going to be going back. Looks like, oh, Caesar's going back to the Falcon. I wonder if this is a show of disrespect.
Probably is. You know, you're up at this point, and you've shown how much better your Ken is.
Yeah.
That you feel so confident with it. Because there's games weren't the most convincing, but they were at the same time really strong showings of what you can do.
Definitely. I feel that sometimes in bracket too. Like sometimes you've got such a strong lead, but will pride cometh before the fall. That's what we gotta see here.
That was one of the most unluckiest Nair hitboxes to get if you're Venom, because Nair doesn't always send shit upwards like that. Usually it sends a little more outwards. Granted, it probably still could have poked, but it's still just so good, CesarSalad.
Absolutely. I kind of feel like maybe Venom's like holding a little bit in here, kind of worried about like a stronger finisher. Instead, just ends up like eating these really big strings coming out from CesarSalad.
And you know,
oh,
so Venom wanted that back. They're so bad, fishing for it like 3 times in a row, I think.
Great confusion, F smash. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think at some point, side B fair becomes true. I could be wrong about that. However, knowing that probably wasn't the case, they were just gonna be able to catch the air dodge. Nair fair again, going to get the knee.
It's the classic. All right. I will say this isn't necessarily. I wouldn't say this is as like much of a deficit as it would be against other characters. Mewtwo is very famously strong in advantage.
Yeah, but you definitely have to try to get the stock early, which you can do, which you just did.
Oh my gosh.
Great pressure with that back air, but you still. VenomAZ playing its ledge is a little bit more than you should. And you're gonna get caught
oh my heart.
Caught by his pound.
That's an SD I feel in my soul right there. Are you kidding?